Well, good morning. My name is Eric, and this is day 10 of a 30-day series where I'm showing you daily life of what it's like to live out of a small car every single day. Last night, I slept down this really beautiful canyon, but it's just kind of off the side of a dirt road. All the spots around here were taken last night, so I just kind of grabbed the first thing I can get because it was already getting pretty dark by the time I arrived to the spot. So I'll get out of the car, show you where I'm at, and then we'll talk about what the plans are for today. All right, here's where I parked, a little kind of nook off the side of this road. And the road kind of goes down this way, and really cool back here. I actually came from up there. Like I said, this is the only thing I can find. Everything else around here was taken. But I'm ready to go. I'm just warming up the car right now. It's actually a little cool out here. My front windows are all fogged up, so I'm just letting the defroster work for a little bit. All right, the plan for the morning is to finish yesterday's video edit for you. I started doing it last night, but I only got about halfway through before it was 10 o'clock at night, and I was exhausted. I think after hiking throughout the day and getting a little bit of a workout, I had just spent so many calories, I was exhausted. So I went to bed pretty early last night, which actually was very nice. I usually go to bed at like 12 or 12:30 because I've been staying up so late editing. So this morning I'm gonna head into town and finish up the edit for you guys. All right, we got a traffic jam here. We're waiting for some people to come up the hill. But while they do, look at this view from up here. Really gorgeous area. And look at it back here. I told you it's like Zion back here. Okay, I need to do the rest of this edit for you guys for yesterday's video. And whenever I'm in a city, I like to work at a library or somewhere inside versus sitting out in my car. You know, it's pretty nice out, but it also can get a little more stuffy in the car, rather be in the air conditioning or something. And also a place where I can just grab power from. It's always nicer. Now I usually go to a library to do that, but unfortunately it's Sunday. All the libraries are closed in this area. So I'd stopped by this hotel lobby just to use their restroom real quick. And while I was in there, I noticed that they have a nice big lobby area with tons of power outlets and a couple of desks you can work at. So I'm just gonna go in there and work inside there. It's gonna be a lot more comfortable for me. So that's what I do sometimes is I go into hotel libraries and do some editing for videos. All right, I've mentioned it lots of times. I have Starlink Mini. It's what allows me to work remotely and stay in so many remote places all the time. In fact, I just used it to upload today's video because while I might have worked in a hotel lobby to finish the rest of my edit, I couldn't use their Wi-Fi because you have to be a resident of the hotel to jump on their Wi-Fi. So I just came out here and used my Starlink. Now, when you buy Starlink Mini, the back of it actually comes with this little stand, and this is nice to put on the ground, or a lot of times I'll just put it up on my roof box up there and angle it towards the satellites. However, I'm in some pretty remote places at times where the wind can pick up pretty suddenly, and that thing has actually fallen to the ground after being up there before. So when I first got the Starlink Mini, they offer like a car mount that you can put on your roof bars. This mount right here is available from Starlink for under $30. I thought it was quite worth it. And what you do is you attach it to your roof bars and allows the Starlink Mini to stay on your roof. Now, when I first got my Starlink Mini, I didn't have this awning, and so I had a spot right here to put that mount and attach the Starlink, and I loved it. However, when I got this awning, this thing kind of really messed with my setup. I absolutely love this awning. However, it took away two things from my setup. One is I no longer could put the Starlink right there because this area is now blocked off by the awning. And if you've been watching my videos for a while, you notice that I used to have my roto packs on the side here, my water containers on the side of the vehicle, which I absolutely love. They're out of the car. They're big bulky things, and they were out of the car, and I loved having that. But this awning hangs low, and I couldn't keep the water containers mounted here, because the way they were mounted was on this like bracket thing that like actually would go into the awning. So when I got the awning, I was like, okay, now where's the Starlink gonna mount? Because I do not have any more room on this roof rack. There is just 0 places to put that mount. So I had to come up with a solution for that, a very, very inexpensive solution. I don't have a lot of money to spend on it. And I think I came up with something. It's incredibly janky, but I'll show you what I came up with. So I kept trying to come up with a solution that I can mount the Starlink somewhere over here. These are the things that I used to have my Rotopacks on. I have 2 of them. I have this one on this side, the driver's side, where I keep my propane tank mounted. And I had an exact same thing, one of these. They're called the rack wings. They're made by a company called Orbis Overlanding. I'll put a link down in the description for you if you're interested. But this right here has all these like kind of cuts in it, little slits in it, right? And you can mount all sorts of things. Like I have my poop shovel up there, and again my propane tank, and I had my Rotopacks mounted on the other side. So I was trying to come up with a solution to mount it, but the Starlink needs to be like facing up to get to the satellites, right? So I couldn't put the Starlink like mounted on the side here. It would just be facing, you know, diagonally. I needed to have it facing up. So I need to come up with a solution for that, and this is what I came up with. This right here is my solution. It's literally a spatula with that awning thing screwed down to the handle. It was really the perfect solution, and this is why. It's because the spatula is super sturdy, and it's all metal, and it's bent right here. So watch what I do. I literally just slide this thing in, and bam. The Starlink can now be mounted there. Let me show you. There it is. It's mounted. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not as good as just having the mount itself, you know, stuck to the car. I wish I had a place to put it. I wanted to put it right here, but the Starlink itself is kind of wide, and it actually hits my roof box, so it just wouldn't fit. And it may not look like it on camera, but this box is very close to this roof rail. There's just like no room right here. So just trust me, I tried looking everywhere. So this is the only solution I can come up with. I mean, but it's facing up, it's getting the sky. And the great thing about that spatula is, because it's bent like that, like a spatula should be, is that it won't really slide out very easily. You have to kind of like tip it up and like slide it out for it to come out. So it's actually pretty stable. It's janky as all can be. I mean, it's even got a bottle opener right here, but hey, it works. All right, I'm at a place called Red Mountain Wilderness. So after I was editing this morning, I was looking for something to do, but it had already gotten to be mid-afternoon. It was already like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because it took a while to do the edit. Then I had to upload it. Sorry, I'm going uphill at the same time. And then I wanted to do something, and there's a really cool thing called Snow Canyon or Snow Mountain State Park, just outside the town of St. George. And I've been checking that out. I want to go, but it's $20 for the day. And I have no problems with paying $20 for a really well-maintained park and everything, but it was already so late in the afternoon, and it looks like there's a lot of stuff to do there that I didn't think I was going to get but a few hours, and I really want to go there and enjoy it for the whole day. So I started looking up other wilderness park things in the area that maybe are free, and I found this. This is called Red Mountain Wilderness, and it was way the heck out here on this dirt road, and I didn't know anything about it whatsoever. But as I started on the trail, I got about a quarter of the way through, and I encountered some hikers coming back up, and I said, oh, where does this go? Does this go down to the valley below, and you kind of see this view I was pointing at? She goes, yeah, well, she goes, we hiked to the bowl. I was like, what's the bowl? She's like, oh, it's a big hole in the ground, often called the vortex, and you can hike down to that. I said, oh, well, where's that? She's like, maybe 2 miles or so. And I said, oh. And so she says, get on All Trails and look it up. So I did. And yeah, it's like a 2.5 mile round trip hike. And so that's what I'm doing right now. And it is stunning. It reminds me of Zion all the way. So cool back here. Definitely reminds me of hiking in Zion for sure. Same exact terrain you find there. All right, I know the sun's really bad for you there, but look at this. When you turn around, wow, this place is awesome. Really, really cool. And yes, I know I should be door dashing right now. I just need to make some extra money for all these car repairs coming up. But again, it got to be like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I had worked all morning on the YouTube video. Then I had to do a bunch of just digital cleanup on my computer from all the freelance stuff I'd been working on recently. And I just had files everywhere, and we really just need to take the time to clean that up. And then I couldn't help myself, but I took the time to respond to a bunch of comments that you guys had left, because I really do try to do that as much as I can. So I was like, you know what? I worked all morning. I gotta go play. I didn't come in this lifestyle to just sit in my car and work all the time. I gotta do something. So, but this week I know I'm definitely gonna DoorDash. All right, now that the sun is behind that hill right there, you can kind of see this terrain a little bit better. Just beautiful up here. Look at this. So cool. I did not know this existed. You know, this is what I love. Exploring the unknown out here. I love it. All right, maybe not the complete unknown. There were other hikers out here. Unknown to me, though. I never heard of this place. This is so cool. Oh, wow. Look at this, though. Amazing up here. I see people, which is a good sign. I found it. Nice little watering spot. I kind of figured it'd be filled up with water. But check this out. I'm gonna get to the top of here. Check out this view. Yeah, baby. Look at this. It's just unreal up here. There's another bowl. Okay, actually, I just found the bowl. This is it. Check this out. It just goes straight down there. That really is a vortex. Yeah. If you fall in there, you're gonna need some rope coming out. Look, I see home for the night. It's somewhere over there. Man, I love it up here though. I'm gonna walk over there real quick. Touched it, I win. I got here first. Ooh, another bowl. I don't know if it's gonna come out on camera, but that is pretty green water. All right, well, that's as far as I can get. This thing goes over to the edges. You can't get around it, and I can't go on top of it without rope. So this is as far as I can get, which is not bad. I kind of zipped through this because of the hour of the day. I was a little worried about losing daylight, but when I saw that it was only like a 2.5 mile round trip, I was like, oh, I think I should be able to do that. And it wasn't that bad. It's a little bit of elevation gain, but I think it's only like 600 feet or something like that. So not bad at all, but I'm gonna go ahead, head down and try to find a place to sleep tonight. All right, well, I found home for tonight. It is this nice, big, gorgeous, open BLM spot just down the street from the Red Wilderness Mountain area where I just did that little hike. And gorgeous. I love these kind of views. I love the desert. I love camping in these environments. Super love it. And look at those mountains. Does not get much better than that. But I need to get dinner and stuff going. I worked up a little bit of a sweat on doing that hike because I had to do a little bit of climbing and stuff. So I wanted to wipe off a little bit before I crawl into bed tonight. Now, unfortunately, I just won't get a shower tonight. That's just the unfortunate part about full-time travel is you get a shower maybe 2 or 3 times a week. That's just the reality of it. And I did get a one yesterday, and I know it sounds really kind of gross to say, but if I get a shower yesterday, then I don't worry about one today. But I am going to wipe off a little bit, and I'll show you how I kind of clean up when I don't have access to a shower. Okay, so it probably doesn't come as a big surprise, but I'm going to use some wet wipes. Wipe myself off with the wet wipes. You can get these everywhere. I don't even know where I got these, but I usually buy these in bulk, and I usually get like 2 or 3 of them at a time. So I wipe myself down with these. Now, after wiping myself down with these, recently I've started to just switch over to a bottle of Dr. Bronner's and water. So that's all this is. It's just soapy Dr. Bronner's water. I'm gonna spritz my arm off and spritz my back off of my neck and my stomach and stuff like that, and just use a sweat towel to wipe all that off. So I first get all the grime and the dirt and all the kind of sweat stuff off with the wet wipes, and then I just go the extra mile and actually kind of freshen up with some Dr. Bronner's and a rag. Now for me, I love having like a clean face. I can always feel it at the end of the day when my face is kind of like oily and everything, and that just drives me nuts. So I always wash my face. I try to do it morning and night. At least when I lived in an apartment or a house, I absolutely did that morning and night. In this lifestyle, if I get it once a day, that's usually about it. But today, after hiking and stuff, I'm definitely gonna wash my face again tonight before it gets too cold out here. Now, if I had the luxury of using a bathroom or a sink to wash my face, that's what I prefer. So this morning when I popped in the hotel lobby to use the restroom, I actually brought my toothbrush and I brought my face wash, and I brushed my teeth and I washed my face in there. Oh, and I put my contacts in there. So, you know, it's always nicer to use a sink with running water if you can. And then for me, I have to have some clean teeth. I will always brush my teeth morning and night, and that right there will definitely give me a fresh feeling, even if I don't get to wash my face and wash my skin off with some soap and water and everything. If I can brush my teeth, I just feel a million times better. Now, if I have access to a shower, that's preferable, right? So how I get showers on the road is a Planet Fitness. First and foremost, I'll always look for a Planet Fitness. For $27 a month, you can use any Planet Fitness, I guess in the world. I think they're pretty much only in the United States, but you can use any Planet Fitness for $27, so I'll absolutely go there first. There's no Planet Fitnesses around here, so yesterday I found a rec center. So a rec center is a great way to get showers. Yesterday I paid $4 and I had access to the entire facility. Aquatic centers are another one. I just used an aquatic center a couple weeks ago in a little town called Ely, Nevada. And I want to say that was $2 for a shower, and it was an extra $2 if you want to swim. So there's those options. YMCAs, I've gone to a YMCA for like $1 and showered. Some towns will have a rec center or an aquatic center that's free. Corpus Christi had 2 aquatic centers and they were free. I remember using those. Campground showers. In my first couple of videos in this series, I was staying near a state park that had some campground showers, and those are quarter showers, and you don't have to be staying at a campground all the time to use those. Sometimes there will be like a little station right where you come up to the campground area, you know, to like check in or something. And I've actually just gone up there and just asked the person, I said, hey, you know, I'm not staying here, but can I maybe use your showers? And they were fine with it. So ask. Sometimes you can just use them, especially if it's a coin operated shower, because I mean, they're getting their money's worth out of the coins anyways, so you might as well use it. So there's that. State parks, again, well, a lot of times we'll have like a campground area you can go into and use a campground shower there. Oh, and during the summer months, I have a road shower. So that steel tube right there, road shower. So it's drained right now, but normally in the summer, what you do is fill this up with water, and it's a black steel tube, so the sun beats down on it, heating all that water up. This is actually where you fill up the water here in that radiator cap here. And so you fill that up with water, and then the sun beats down on it, heats up the water all day. And then right there, you attach like a shower head right there. And that's what I use during the summer months to take a shower. So those are my little ways to stay clean on the road. It's really not that difficult. You may not get daily showers with like hot water and pressure and all that stuff, but you can stay very clean on the road. You don't have to be a dirty nomad. You don't have to have little stink lines coming off you. You don't have to be that character, what is it, Pigpen from the Peanuts? You don't have to be that guy all the time. So it's really not that challenging. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end today's video. I wanna get dinner in me and get my editing done before 11 o'clock tonight. And speaking of cooking dinner, everyone's always asking me about the meals I cook. So tomorrow I'll go into a little bit more depth about my car kitchen setup, and I'll show you that. But until then, thanks for escaping normal life with me.